Welcome back, and now the segment you wait for every single week, and that is, of course, the Jack of all trades. Jack, are you ready?
Yes, I am, Truth.
All right, good for you. Let's start. Let's start by talking about LeBron James. Of course, the game was last night. The big return to Cleveland. I guess you're a LeBron fan.
I lost a lot of respect for him.
All right. In case you don't know, and if you don't know, just turn off the
Shoot yourself.
Yeah, turn off the computer, go back into your hole, never to be seen again. But LeBron James, of course, left Cleveland for the Heat because he's a complete asshole. Signed to basically chase a championship with two other great players, Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade.
And why is that wrong?
I'll get to that. And then, so last night was his first game back in a very hostile Quickens Loan Arena in Cleveland. So he played very well. The Heat dominated the game. They won by something like 20 points.
Yeah,
20, 30 points. LeBron had upwards of 30 points, 38 or
I
something.
believe he had like 38 points,
Right.
8 rebounds, and like 5 assists.
There were a few moments caught on YouTube. You can go and watch on YouTube. Mo Williams basically telling LeBron to get out of his face. He didn't want to talk to him.
Fuck off, pretty much.
Yeah. And then a assistant coach for the Cleveland Cavaliers that wasn't there last year, who told LeBron James, he came over, he was joking around when they were up by a lot, and he told him to get out of here. He didn't want to see him by the bench. So do you think overall it was, something we could move on, and we don't have to talk about it anymore? Or do you think this was kind of just the beginning and the Cleveland fans are just beginning to vent their frustration for LeBron?
We can move on. Cleveland fans are never going to move on. Especially if Miami does win a NBA championship. Because, Cleveland, they're bad this year. Yeah, they are. They're going to make the playoffs. They still have a chance because, basketball is pretty easy, especially in the East.
I hate pro basketball.
Cleveland's not going to move on at all. LeBron James from Cleveland, he got drafted to go to Cleveland, and he said that
From Akron, but it's near Cleveland.
Yeah, and he said that I'm gonna stay with Cleveland my whole career. But he did warn Cleveland that get some players. I need help. I don't want to be this by myself. I want other good players around me, and they tried, but the best player they got was Antoine Jameson, and he's pretty much at the end of his career. So.
See, I would have no problem with what LeBron did. All free agents, all good players when they become free agents had the right to go ahead and try to find the best situation. But because he gave the Cleveland fans so much hope, a city that is just decimated in the sports world with the Browns and the Indians and the Cavaliers.
You're right. All Cleveland have is all they had was LeBron James.
LeBron James, and he said he made all these statements. I'm not going to go chasing championships. I'm going to bring one home here to Cleveland, and it seems so disingenuous when he just left. Then, it's no problem leaving. You just can't say all of those things you said, and kind of build this persona for yourself, and then leave because then you seem like a liar. So,
and he's got to know that obviously Mo Williams. Who was supposedly very close to LeBron James, and pretty much you just went to your friend, and I'm not saying you stabbed him in the back, but a friend you're supposed to count on, and you pretty much did. So don't joke with Cleveland.
All right. The other news that came out of yesterday, two big signings in baseball.
Hey.
Adam Dunn, the former National.
Former Red, former
Diamondback, former. Right. All right. He is now going to the south side of Chicago to be with the Chicago White Sox in what's going to be a very formidable lineup. They have Alex Rios, Carlos Quinton, maybe Konerko. He's a free agent, but most likely he'll be returning. And now Adam Dunn. So just so you know, he signed for a 4-year, $56 million.
And what's the guy who plays short for them? Alex.
Alexi Ramirez.
We turned into a great hitter.
I hear you. All right, it's a 4-year, $56 million deal. Last year, Dunn hit .260 with 38 home runs and 103 RBIs. He has a lifetime average of .250. 354 home runs and 880 RBIs.
And he's done that with bad teams.
Bad teams.
Nationals, he had no one behind him except really Ryan Zimmerman. But other than that,
right,
you could pitch around him. So.
His one downfall is, of course, strikeouts. Is a lot of power hitters. He had 199 strikeouts.
He walks a lot too, though.
He does.
So that's a little weird. But he can play left, right, first, and now he can play DH. So you know what? This is a perfect move for Adam Dunn. A lot of people thought he was going to go to the Cubs from the National League.
I saw him going to the White Sox.
But you know,
the White Sox tried to trade for him last year. So.
They did, which I don't know. I guess it made sense they didn't because again from the free agent. But he stayed in the same city,
right.
just on the other side.
You know, it's always good. It's always good when the White Sox, the Tigers, and the Twins are all good because that makes for a good AL Central. It's fun to watch. And
well,
they all could be very good this year.
Well, don't want to. Somehow, I don't know how they do this every year, but the Twins, for some reason, really, they don't have a big superstar, but somehow they win every year. Everyone else, you don't want to watch.
The other signing is not Derek Jeter, but at least Mariano Rivera is coming back for 2 years. 2 years, around $30 million. We don't know the exact numbers. They agreed to terms, but they haven't announced the contract yet.
I found out from some of my people that the Red Sox tried to sign Mo.
Right.
The same deal and everything.
They offered him 2 years at $15 million each. So
and how loyal Mo is to the Yankees, and plus all his friends, he said no.
Right.
But
it just makes more sense to be with the Yankees.
But thank you to my people to find that out, and
that's me, of course.
No, that's not you. That's not you.
So that just last year, in 2009, he saved 2010. He saved 33 games and had a 1.8 ERA.
Is that one of his lowest ERAs?
Yeah, it's one of the best seasons of his career. All right,
yeah.
On to the picks.
Jeter's coming home soon now.
On to the picks. Here we go. Of course, Jets, Giants, and the upset alert. We're going to talk about the Jets. I'm going to let the Jackal go there and come back to me because obviously I have a lot to talk about. First pick, I want you to pick on the Giants-Redskins game, and I want your upset alert. And then I'm just going to completely push you aside and talk about the most important day of the year so far. So go ahead, Giants-Redskins.
Patriots are gonna beat the Jets.
No.
Sorry, Sanchez. You're not gonna do it in the cold weather.
All right, just Giants-Redskins.
Giants are gonna beat the Redskins.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see anything great about the Redskins. They say, "Wow, we got Donovan McNabb now." You do? You fucking sat him for a quarter because you go, well, he doesn't know the playbook. You tell me the QB doesn't know. I know he doesn't know, in overtime, if you tie, he doesn't know, it's the game ends, it's a tie. I know he doesn't know that. But, you can't blame him where he's from. But,
the upset alert?
Upset alert, I'm going to go with the Bills over the Redskins.
Very nice pick. All right, well, let's get the first two things out of the way. Giants will beat the Redskins. Redskins are terrible. I'm going to pick the Detroit Lions at home to beat the Chicago Bears. I don't believe in the Bears yet, although I have Jay Cutler starting for me in fantasy this week.
I can see it.
In a game I have to win.
Detroit does have a lot of talent. Right. You're not going to make playoffs in fantasy.
I demand silence. We are about to talk about the most important thing that's ever happened in my life. And that is, of course...
I'm here, Ray.
The Jets will go into Foxborough, Massachusetts on Monday night. I'm kidding a little bit about how big this game is. 26-game home winning streak. 26-game home winning streak for the Patriots on the line. Jets had their number earlier in the year. A very banged-up Jets team beat the Patriots. It's in Foxborough. It's going to be shitty weather. Everything points to New England winning, which is why I'm going to go ahead and pick the Jets. This is a different Jets team, different attitude. No matter how far and how dire the Straits seem to be, we always pull it out. So I'm very, very excited.
The big key player of the game is going to be Danny Woodhead, baby. Woo!
On the Jackals fantasy team. All right, when we come back, again, it's the holiday season. I'm going to talk about something very near and dear to my heart that should come up every holiday season. So please come back for that. Jackal, very good job on the Jack of all trades.
Thank you.
All right, see you in a minute. hope everyone had a very pleasant Thanksgiving, and if you're celebrating, I wish you a happy Hanukkah. As Christmas approaches, I want to address the one commonality to all the holidays this season, and that of course is family. As is often said, nothing is more important than family. Never is that more apparent than when members of your family, for one reason or another, are not a part of your life. We all make mistakes. We all make poor choices. Sometimes that leads us to not being able to talk to our loved ones, to being too proud and too hurt to reach out to them during this season, much less invite them to sit next to you at a dinner table, even if there is no other place you'd rather have them be. We are a stubborn species. For some reason, we'd rather relegate ourselves to the torture of bleeding on the inside than to heal what is all too often superficial wounds. Please do not let that be you. Do not make the same mistakes I make year in and year out. Call that person you have been avoiding, or just someone you haven't seen in a while. I venture to guess that the person on the other end will be happy to hear from you, even if they don't show it right away. Who knows? Maybe this year, I'll even follow my own advice. Thanks for listening. What are you doing with that gummy worm?
Me and my little friend are gonna have some fun. Oh.
I hope no children are watching. We'll do a better job next time. See you next week.
Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me. Oh, yesterday came suddenly.